morning, Rabbi Sai. Welcome, welcome. Unbelievable. It's almost 10:30 in Eretz Yisrael at night. Tomorrow morning I'm flying to Europe with my wife and some friends. Yearly trip. I'm going to show you soon where. And usually when I do a shir like this, there's like 10 people that come to do a favor, you know. Now, Baruch Hashem, we see that we have a yeshiva here from Yerushalayim. What is it called? YKT. What does it stand for? Kinyan Torah. Oh, I like it. So, Hi Mishi Yeshiva. Where's everybody from? Muncie, Brooklyn, where else?
England.
We have 2 guys from England. Stop it. The rest? 8 guys from England. Wow. How many guys in the yeshiva? How many guys total? 25. Ah, so come out half of you Givaldic, okay. And so yeah, it just so happens to be that it's night there now. Okay, Givaldic. So I want to show you something. This you came on an unbelievable daf. There's a gadata, there's some sugyas also. It's a chassidish kind of daf. But I want to show you something because even if I'm not saying this is. I show these things to. For Achdus, we had here in the Hebrew Shir, we had Yerushalmis with zebras. You probably saw them leaving with the Shmoyne, the whole thing with the white yarmulkes, the black and white stripes, and sitting right next to them was a guy with M16, a chayal sitting right in between them. You can even pull out a picture if you want. My point is, I'm going to show you some 2 pictures, 2 things, because it gives me chizuk. All hashkafa aside, mamash hashkafa aside, just think about a person who's in a very dangerous place, and is mamish working like a dog, working hard in the sun, running, coming, going, and he still finds time for Torah. So whatever your hashkafa is, that's not important here. What's important is what you can take out of this picture. Check this out. In Khan Yunis, this is the most dangerous place in Gaza, sitting and learning Torah here. Here's another guy. I don't know. It looks like it's a little less dangerous. It might be in the outskirts of Khan Yunis because over here you see this D9 or whatever it is. It's not a D9. It's more of one of these caterpillars, unprotected. It's one of these unprotected ones. But here it is.
Daf Yomi. אנחנו איתכם.
Gewaldig. Striving for Kedusha. Pinny Grazel from Hong Kong. Love it. Hong Kong. He's a guy in Hong Kong. Yesterday, shit, a word on the pasuk of Tehillim. If you sit, then you will stand. No. It's if you walk, you'll stand, and if you stand, you will sit, and if you sit, you're gonna do litzonis. It hit me right in the heart. This word is me and the smartphone. On one hand, it's very hard to manage these days without a device, and it could even lead to more Torah, but I get sucked in. As much as I try to use it appropriately, I feel they're manufactured to be addictive. I find that I'm on them too much, and I don't do what I need to do. I'm on them when I'm with my family, and I'm a distracted husband and father, and I'm on them even during davening. This I never understood. It's very acceptable almost in America. Over here, once in a while, you see a guy comes in during davening. It's like Emil Chazar Shatz pulls out his phone. You think, wow, it's going through his emails, his WhatsApps. That's above me. It's beyond my pay grade. I don't know how this happens, and became like almost acceptable in certain places. It's a battle I've been struggling with for a while. I bought a tablet instead of a phone because I thought it would be less addictive since it doesn't fit in my pocket, but it's still too much. Last week my phone broke and I don't want to fix it. Since then I've been much calmer and more present with my family. The problem is that I need WhatsApp to communicate. If someone from the shir has a solution for a simple phone that has WhatsApp, I would be very grateful. Striving for Kedusha. Pity Kreisel from Hong Kong. No? There's some phones that have just WhatsApp.
Kosher phones.
Yes, kosher phones.
K-phone.
K-phone. But I don't know, he's in Hong Kong. I don't know what they have in Hong Kong. The kids are Penny, you're not by yourself. This is the struggle of this generation. Thank you for your incredible shiurim. I've been here since Sanhedrin and want to share my route to the daf in case it could be helpful to others. Oh, this is very interesting. I'll tell you why it's interesting. After October 7th, I felt like I wanted to add some learning in my life, so I began listening to the daf on my commute to work at 1.5 speed. This worked for a while, but then the sugi started getting more difficult. I realized that I wasn't getting much from the shir without sitting down properly with the Gemara in front of me, listening to normal speed. Taking your mantra to heart. Listen to this. Can't believe this. Somebody took my mantra and used it against me. I decided to swap out the daf for other types of yomi learning. Because I said it's not about the daf, it's about the yomi. So he took it literal. Wow. We began learning nach yomi, kitzur yomi, b'tachin yomi, all which were easier to listen to the commute. These all had a huge impact on my life, especially the b'tachin yomi, which is life-changing. This past winter I saw the Sanhedrin was starting just before the winter holidays, so I decided to rejoin MDY just for the holiday. While I was off work, I guess for Manchester, holiday means vacation. B'kitzur, I haven't missed a day since. In addition to my other daily learnings. The reason I'm here is to suggest that if people are struggling to do the daf, instead of dropping it entirely, they should consider other lighter forms of daily learning as a stepping stone. On a side note, Nach Yomi is particularly helpful for anyone learning Gemara, because the Gemara very often talks about events in Nach, mentions Psukim, familiarity with these events. Psukim is invaluable. Just to be clear, I'm not suggesting that anyone leave the daf, but if someone is dropping out anyway, I recommend that they try at least to do the Yomi. With huge akars atoyv for all your efforts, a known from Manchester, UK. Now, he says like this, P.S. And this could be, you're the Rosh Yeshiva over there? A Rebbe, something. I'm going to call you the Rosh Yeshiva. I don't know who the Rosh Yeshiva is. Listen to this great idea. You're not going to like this idea, but then you're going to go home and you're going to think about it. You'll work it out stark. You'll see that maybe it is a good idea. P.S. As a meaning anyway, can I suggest there would be a great idea to pitch MDY to yeshivas, or create some kind of MDY program specifically for yeshivas. Recently, there was talk of the MDY yeshiva got me thinking that I spent 7 years in yeshiva, and in all that time I could never manage night seder. See, you guys are not the only ones. But I could certainly have listened to an entertaining and engaging shir, and imagine if I would have done that for my duration in yeshiva. I could have finished Shas before leaving yeshiva. You hear this? You got to bring it in. What are you tying? A nice screen. I'll find you a donor, a big screen. Yeah, screen. Screen that's only for Torah. They can't do anything else on it. No, there won't be sports on it. Just Torah. The guys will be like this every night. Big Chazar. You said they're doing the daf, no? It's the daf. The whole yeshiva is daf yomi in the morning. Daf yomi morning seder. What daf did you learn today in Avodah Zarah? Daf you test? And what does it say? What does Rava say, Rabbi say? What does it say? You have to be goyrus, and afterwards you hege. First you do daf yomi in the morning, and then in the afternoon you do the iyun. It actually says iyun. No, it says before you do iyun. No. So what are you tying a night seder? No. Only for those who want. It'll be 1 and 2, and then afterwards the whole yeshiva is going to come. You know how much they'll gain? Yediyas HaTorah. What are you tying? No, the problem is with this guy's going to say like this, and he'll say, anyways, you do things differently over there. It's the daf yomi in the morning. So you might as well throw it, what?
We should make a live hookup in Yerushalayim for all the Mir Bachim.
Oh, they already have one, a live hookup in Lutsk.
Also in Givat HaMiftar. Yeah.
You Givat HaMiftar. There'll be 3. Nu bemes. Think about it. I'm serious. Think about it. It'll be such a revach shein kamayu. There's other yeshivas that are doing it now. This is the first Yehechal Torah in New York and Mivaseret, but these are more of a, modern, we call them not as yeshivish. But you guys could be the first. Mamish will be the nachshin. They'll say, you do it, so other yeshivas will do it also. It's the future anyways. You might as well be the first one to do it. Night Seder. The Oilam's learning stark and Night Seder Demas. The learning stark? Tell me, no. Between me, nobody's listening. What Yiddish? You guys are here. You understand English. It's fine. The guy, the this, and the chasish, it's fine. It's fine. Imagine you would have done this for the Reish Yeshiva. You would have finished Shas by the time he's married.
We got married younger.
So you got to start earlier. Exactly. Great. The Kitzer. I believe that this has the potential to revolutionize yeshiva education. Okay. Rabbi say, let's learn a little Torah here. This guy's give out. Oh, here. You want to see the picture? Here's the picture. Look at this. This guy, that's a gun on his shoulder. And look at this guy, Yerushalmi, right over here. You see what's going on here? These guys, look at the Hasidim, look at the Chassid sitting next to him. It's unbelievable. And look at this guy. This guy used to be he's I don't want to put anybody down, but he's probably the best learner in the Hebrew share. Big Balkishrin, Mendy. And he has a blue yarmulke, and he's a regular, Haredi guy. It's everything. The Achdus is unbelievable. Fine. A boy say, we got to do sponsors. The Masechta is sponsored by David Salomon, dedicated in memory of Avi Mari Reb Shmuel Baruch ben Reb Chaim Tzvi Doiv Zichron Levracha. By anonymous. Hatzlach Baruch Niz V'Gashmiz L'chus Achenu B'nei Yisrael. If you don't, so I'll tell you the story. I only say like 6 times a week. But you guys weren't here in the morning. You weren't here. Maybe a lot of you don't know the story. We were just on a safari. A month, how long ago? A month. He was in the safari with us. Benny that just gave me the coffee was in the safari with us.
42 days.
And I'm just saying it quick because the whole world heard this besides you, so I'm saying it just for you. One of the whole yeshiva was on a safari?
No, South Africa.
Did you guys see Kill? No. Okay. So you guys know. So yeshiva was on safari. The Kill, we call it the chase, but Lashon Nakiya, because somebody said it's also to say kill. So the kill is the hardest thing to see.
The catch.
So we wanted to see a kill. Kitzer, we didn't see a kill. Fashtayz, we're not going to see a kill. Our driver said that he was there for 6 months. He went on hundreds of these trips. He didn't see one, not one kill. Kitzer, we're on the last leg of the safari, and we're 2 hours into it. We didn't even see a single elephant, not a giraffe. Garnished 2 hours. Garnished. Kitzer, we're a half hour away from Shachris, which means the end of the trip. Half hour going to the airport. One guy says, I'm going to give $1,000 to MDY if we see a kill. So Hasidic Ingeman says, I'm going to give $9,000 to MDY if we see a kill. The kids are, you were on the Jeep? No. $12,000. That guy's a maid. He's a maid. The guy standing up. He is maid. That's what happened. $12,000. 5 minutes later, not only did we see a kill, but we saw a cheetah kill right in front of all 7 Jeeps. Every single person on the trip saw it, which was a nace b'fnei atzmi because we were never all 7 together. And the whole chase happened right in front of us because the cheetah kept on going around in circles right next to us. Boom, caught it right in front of us. Trip was over. That's it. We saw that, over. We went on a plane, we went home. So that's why, if you look at this little cheetah next to his anonymous, Hatzlach Baruch Niz V'Gashmius, that's a $9,000. That's $9,000. Anonymous. May I learn me a shield of protection and a source of unity and blessing for Am Yisrael. Joel Gedalius, leadership of my father, Jack Gedalius. I want to give a tremendous yishkach to Joel Gedalius. Yesterday I said that we need Gemaras for the 2nd volume of Avodah Zarah, and he stepped up to the plate. He donated 500 Gemaras. It's $50 each. Do the math. Somebody else, another guy from our trip, Rav Davidovich. I'll just call him Rav Davidovich. Ilan Davidovich. He gave $1,000. Some other guy gave $2,000. But kids, Baruch Hashem, it's coming in. Keep on bringing it in. We need to give more Gemaras to bring more people to Torah. Koil sponsors monthly. Moshe Aaron Miriam Landy. He's the guy that started the whole thing with the $1,000 if we see a kill. Thank Hashem for all the bracha and simcha. Monthly sponsors TCS Israel, powered by Talk and Save. Yoli Kletzik. Ruvo Shlema Mir Messer Bas Perel Fradel Pesel. Weekly sponsors Anonymous and Mary Moshe Doiv. Ben Yerucham Fischel Zechron Levracha Yard Site next week. Daily sponsors David Badiel. Leili Nishmat Ismail Zaidi, Yitzhak David Zechron Levracha, his 29th yard site. Dambi Myers family is in memory of their grandfather and his yard site today. Yud Beis Tamas, David Imano ben Moshe Dambi. He's related? Dambi's related to Myers? Yeah? I didn't know that. Anonymous, Shkoyach Rebelli. So somebody just sent me an email that he took your Rebelli from Hebrew and made it in English. It's one word now, Rebelli. What you do for us is where it's at. Okay? What you do for us is where it's at.
Panovich English.
It's where it's at. No, it's New Yorkish. Anonymous, Refor Shlema Avram ben Malka Sarah. Guy puts in a thing for me and I put him down. He's calling him a New Yorker by mistake. Shkoy Rebelli, what you do for us is where it's at. I don't know. MDY Kids Monthly, Innovations, Chus Official, Chonan Akiva, Rivkim Stefansky, Calvin Yisrael for learning 4 Masechtas with Belly. Art of the Month, Refor Shlema for Yonatan Eitam Ben Bracha, and Refor Shlema Mordechai Ben Esther, Refor Hayeled Daniel Zeh Ben Ayelet Esther for Shlema. Rabbi Sai, beautiful sugya today. We're starting from a brand new sugya, Daf Yomi Beis. Ve'inoisin Tachshitim Avodah Zarah. Oh, so whoever thought this shir starts at 10:30, we're on time. Baruch Hashem. Benny, you can leave. It's Peseder. Shkoyach. He goes to 2 shiurim. The morning and the Hebrew, and because you're all new, and there's only like another 25,000 people that heard this 25 times, I used to ask him to come to the shir every single day. Every single day, he always had an excuse for 2 years. Every day. And finally he gave in because I met his wife and I convinced his wife. His wife said, don't worry, he'll come tonight. He came that night on Motzei Shabbos, and he, not only does he come every day to 2 shiurim, but he built the Hebrew shir. The main guy. You have Shapsi Cohen, you have other people, but he literally with his own hands brought thousands of people to the Hebrew shir. One guy. And Shamshi brought Shapsi, who brought hundreds of people to the shir. You never know. You push a guy. So here's the Shaila Rabbi say. Here's the Shaila. Shalom Aleichem. It's very common in America, around the world, to say if you're from England, wow, Messi, he's unbelievable. You saw the goal that he did, unbelievable. Michael Jordan, or today LeBron James, Steph Curry. Whoa. Is the mutter? Is there a little problem, a little isser? That's Shaila number 1. If, let's say, you walk around in Holland and you see something like this. It's beautiful. It looks like out of a dream, right? It's emes. You make a brach on this. Be'ezer Hashem, tomorrow, mamash in the early morning, I'm going to be right over here. Do I have to make a bracha? Yeah. What bracha do I make? No. But nice try. I hear why you're saying that. Could be. So we're going to see. This is Shiloh what we do today. But you see unbelievable human being. I don't know, a gibor atzam, 7 foot tall. Mamash, is there a certain bracha you make? No, not Mishana Brios. The beauty, his beauty. You nispol from his chachma. Okay, so there's a special, there's a bracha of a chachma. Everything. What about, is it mutter to give a compliment? Trump, wow, what a president. Is it a problem? Not a problem. So these are halachas we're going to learn today. Chas v'shal. Amoicha, I'm making a that's litzonos. That's litzonos. Taking a good zach and putting it down. Zog the Mishnah. Ve'inoisin tachshitim l'Avodah Zarah katlois unizam v'tabois. You don't make jewelry for Avodah Zarah. Katlois is like a choker, type of a necklace, unizam v'tabois, different, put in a nose ring, rings. Lezoimer b'schar mutar. Taisa says it makes no sense. Schar, you get paid to make Avodah Zarah, it's mutar. He takes it out from the Mishnah. The Vilna Gaon, Amud Beis, takes it out, erases part of a Mishnah. An Achroin erases a Mishnah. It's Peladik. Taisa says, I thought it's very interesting how he says it's great, you're going to love it. He says the word katlois. What does katlois mean? Has anybody you ever see the word? In fact, Rashi explains what katlois is in Shabbos. How come Rashi doesn't explain here? Rashi always explains every word that we don't understand. That's what Rashi is. Because it's not in the Mishnah, says Taisus. It's fabricated. It's somebody put it in here. How could Rabbi Eliezer say? Now the Bach says in Rabbi Eliezer, he says, okay, you want to understand Rabbi Eliezer, you could be goyrus, says the Bach. If you already made the jewelry for Avodah Zarah and they pay, you're allowed to use the money. But to say that l'chatchila you should go make jewelry for Avodah Zarah, how you talking? Okay. I'm not in the business of your size and this, but it's here. We read it. This is halacha we already saw in this Masechta. You can't give real estate or trees. You can't sell trees, real estate, whatever it is, to the Ovid Kechavim, to the idol worshiper. Why? Because we said Einum Chaniya. You're not allowed to give them a place to park in Eretz Yisrael. Chopped up wood you could. No big chiddush there. You can make a deal with the guy. Let's say the tree is in your backyard. You say, listen, I'll sell you the tree, but you have to come tomorrow and chop it down. That's okay. Listen, it's in your property. You're in control. Okay. Says the Gemara, Menani Mili. Don't worry, we're going to get to the Agadita. It's geschmack. But before we get there, I just want to show you the Sugi Mamish on Regalach. It's very, very easy. I have a number of charts here, but it's super easy. We don't even need charts. The pasuk says v'lo yisachanim. It's a funny way to write it. Now, without nekudas, you can read it lo yisachunim, lo yisachinem, lo yisachanim. You can read it different ways. So basically, what the Gemara is saying is, half of this Amud is not half, but a third of the almond. These three things. Leisachane means don't park. Chanaya, we all know Chanaya, yeah? Anybody here in Eretz Yisrael? Chanaya. Don't park. Don't let him park in Eretz Yisrael. Don't give him a tree. But you could also read it Leisachane. That's chen, a lotion of chen. So you put a picture of a kid like admiring a basketball player, big giant basketball player, sports figure. To give a compliment to the guy is awesome. Say how beautiful he is, how this, that, it's awesome. And also the problem is of loisachinaim. You can't give a matana. Can't give a gift to a guy. Now, just to mention and to mention again, so we have a chazar on it. You're not allowed to gift a guy bechinam. Bechinam. What does that mean? If the guy didn't do anything for you, and you give him but let's say he's your cleaner, or he works in your father's company, so you give him a gift. Why not? Why? Because it's not bechinam. You're giving a gift to encourage him. You want him to produce more, to do better. You want him to like you. A lot of times my wife gives the cleaning lady, she gives her leftover food, whatever, here, take. Don't tell my chavrusa, gets very upset. Send it to me, or the zidin, okay, fine. But my wife is a different husband. She wants her to clean better, whatever it is. Okay? That is no issue to give somebody that you're working with. It's bechinam. So that's what we're going to do now. These three psukim. These three limudim from one pasuk. So, here's the pasuk. So what we're learning right now is loisechonim karka. How do we know that you can't sell a guy a tree? Don't give them anything in this land. Don't give them land. The whole point of this sugya is one idea. It's an akudah that we saw before. By us befriending the Ovid Kichavim, that's the problem. Just befriending them. Getting close to them. You might come to marry them. This is chasnos. That's why we have Bishul Yisrael. These are the different things that Chacham made together that you shouldn't get close to them. Says the Gemara, wait a minute. You're not allowed to compliment. You're not allowed to say how beautiful they are, or what a great job they do, or that his actions are great. He's such a mamish, he's such a balmidas. Awesome. Says the Gemara. Here. It should say loisechunim, chen, loisechonim, whatever it is with the vav, which is lashon of chen. But now that it doesn't say with that, it just says loisechonim. So memela, it's coming to say two things.
The chassid reading this, it sounds like the same thing. It's like your other thing.
You said that for the chassidim, it's all the same. Loisechunim. So you didn't get anything. What's the drasha? So when I was in, so he wants me to say the Maisa. I'll say the Maisa. I learned in Skver when I was a kid. I learned in a lot of Chadar. I learned in Minkach, Skver, in Karlin. So you guys are Karlin. You're Karlin, or what are you? No? Not even close. Okay. Sorry. Where else? Yes, I also learned in Darchei Torah, whatever. But, so, in Skver, it was not the real square, the fake, the Heimish square, Beis Yitzchak on 14th Avenue, 45th Street. So we had a Rebbe, and he's like, we're learning Kiddushin. He says, Zut the Gemara, Nusanhi v'umarhi, or the Tomer, Nusnehi v'umrehi, or the Nusanhi v'umari. Was the guy saying the okay. Huh? Nusanhi, hui, he. Selbe Sache, Rebbe, ich verstehe nicht. Es ist nicht typisch, kick it on. Okay, anyway. We have the same Rebbe, Nusan. Ja. Zug die Gemüse, du mal kru, loise chune. Loise lem chnie. Loise chune me boile. Loise lem chaim. Chaim lem kru loise chune. Loise chune. Okay, anyways. They have to read it differently. Okay, great. Okay, Yishkoyach, guy from YU, he said himself. Okay, okay, name of Kurali Sechoine. By the Sechoine. Shma Minotard. Bakati me boile,
from less.
Huh?
I need a limud from less. You're saying leave a letter out, then you learn more.
No. The point. Okay. So the point is that because it's written in a way they can read it all sorts of ways. That's the nekuda. It's loisachane. It says taf chaf nun mem. You could put it with not. It's not timeout. Let's go back. You're right. The way the Gemara writes it is like him, like this. Loisachune. That's why I purposely did it like this, so you get to understand it. It's like you can do a chunem with the shurik. You don't need a vav over there. You put a chirik under the ches, you put a shurik, you put a comment to change the whole thing. It's not literally putting a vav. The Gemara is just trying to express what it means, because there's no chiriks in the Gemara.
It says ksiva.
I mean, if
whatever.
all
Okay.
to teach us was the second thing, it would have written Allah.
Exactly. If all the Torah wanted to teach us that one thing, would have said it like that, like the real way. Would have said a lashon chen, a lashon matana, a lashon karka. Now it says it like this. You learn all three things from it. Zog the Gemara. Okay, let me go to this is the famous one that everybody knows. And I'll give a guy of a matana bechinam. At a Maisa, the Olam told me I wasn't over. I got all nervous in the middle of the Hebrew share. I remember the story. I had some money in my pocket. It was a nice bill in my pocket on Shabbos. Put my hand in. Oi! Now it's muktzah malachos gufay. It's not a klishim malachos. It's like the worst muktzah basmal money. You can't even carry it you can't even continue to the next place. Klishim malachos, like you could go and put it down somewhere. Muktzah malachos gufay is like you got to just let go of it. So anyway, so I put it down on the floor. And then I felt bad, like, at least let me give it to like a guy that's walking by. So this guy is walking by and I say, hey, you want this money? He looks down and he's like, you're trying to prank me, man, right? And he just ran away. Like no, it's Saturday, I can't touch it. It's like, yeah, right, yeah. The kids, the next guy, same story. They thought I was gonna like attack and put him in a box and kidnap him or something, I don't know. Or, these people, they put like a fishing line on it and you go to grab it, and you pull it back. It's like, I'm not falling for your shtick. And he kept on walking. The third guy, he looked at me, looks around, make sure there's no cameras, and he chopped the money and took off. Anyway, is that Lisa Chodim? They said, no. They paskin for me. The oilam here paskin that I was mafkirit and made that I wasn't over anything. Okay. Nothing more. Imkain, we said already. No. Imkain lemakro lo yisachine. It should be, it doesn't even have to have the yud. With the chirik underneath, but with the yud, write it mole, so you know what it's talking about. Say it in the lashon of chinam. My loisachon name. Shmamina kulu. So you learn all three things from it. Tanya mehachi. Mamish mefurish in the brayz loisachon name loitidim chaniya bekarka. One halacha we learn that you can't give them any real estate. Dovar acher, another thing loisachon name loitidim chen. You shouldn't give them a compliment. So I saw from Shlomo Zalman Auerbach who says that when it comes to the President of the United States, you're allowed to give him a compliment. Why? Because he might hear about it, and it's like it's not a matas chinam anymore. But the Meiri says something very interesting in the whole sugya. He says that all these halachas are oivdi kechavim for Avodah Zarah. This is not talking about a typical guy that we have today. It's only talking about, so like, let's say a basketball player, a football player, you guys can in England call him. That's not included in this, according to the Meiri, but others say it's also. So ask your local rabbi.
People go visit the Pope.
Nobody, no. That's for different reasons. But forget that. Not now. Evo. Umad naschinam gufa tanoi. So again, we can do this whole sugya about peh real quickly. It's not a hard sugya. It's an easy sugya. Take a look at this pasuk for a second. It says l'soichli kol nevela. Yeah, we know you're not allowed to eat a nevela. What's a nevela? Nevela is an animal that died without shechita, or even if the shechita was possible, you're not allowed to eat it, right? It's a nevela. So what do you do with it? So the pasuk says la ger asher b'sharecha titneno v'achala. Give it to the ger. What's a ger? A ger is somebody who keeps Sheva mitzvahs b'nei noyach and lives in Eretz Yisrael. Asher b'sharech here in Eretz Yisrael. He's a goy gomer. Not a goy gomer. I don't mean a goy like a yid that wears a collared shirt gomer. I mean a goy. Not a goy. Not a goy gomer. A goy. But he keeps Sheva mitzvahs b'nei noyach. Not you. Well, that is ganz goyish. Yeah. How you doing, Tzadik? Good to see you. We used to play ball in Chicago, no? Wow, Small world comes around. You play ball like a guy. Okay. Huh? Really?
Yeah.
Another. You're working on your kids still. I thought you were working on an eniklach. Or sell it to the guy. So you see what's going on here? It says like this: Ger is over here in the pasuk. Oh, you got to see my hands. Ger is over here, and Nochri is over here, and in the middle it says give or sell. So says Reb Meir, since the red is in the middle, it's in the red. It's titnena or imachar. So it goes to both things, lager and nachri. Because what he's saying is, it should have said lager and nachri titnena v'achala. Why does it say? Why does it say the ger in the beginning of the pasuk and the nachri at the end of the pasuk? It should say lager titnena la nachri timkar. You know, it should have like a certain, like this. It's a little. So the reason why the Torah did it like that is to tell you that the two things, you could give to the ger, you could sell to the ger. You could give to the guy, sell to the guy. Maybe this says no. What's next to the guy, that's what you do for the guy. What's next to the ger, that's what you do for the ger. So by the ger it says you give, so you give to the ger. You don't sell to the ger. And you sell to the guy, but you don't give to the guy. That's the whole sugya here. Let's see inside. Yeah, like 10 lines from the top. That seems like the Torah says the ger you have to give and the guy you sell. How do you know that the ger you could sell it to? Kids, it says these things together. Everybody gets everything. It doesn't matter if you're a ger or nachri or guy. Both work. You could give, you could sell. No, it's literally like it says in the Torah. Like you would read it. The ger you give it to. You don't sell him. In other words, you don't give a guy a matana. Over here, you see the idea. You don't give a gift to a guy. So that's mamish. What we're talking about before. Could you give a gift to a guy? Can you not give? Over here, according to review, you don't give a gift to the guy. According to Remeir, you could. Says the Gemara, Shapir Kama Remeir. Isn't Remeir right? Why does it say in a funny way? Ger up here, Nachri over there in the bottom, and in the middle, selling and giving. Here. So Yoshi did a whole thing here. Might as well use it. Is stop. It's like a new subject. Sell to the guy. The guy gets sale, and the ger gets a giving. You don't mix the two things up. It's a stop. Oy. So now we have to understand what Remeir does with oy. Remeir. It puts a stop in the pasuk. Period. To the ger you give. To the guy you sell. Remeir. Check this out. Shmak. First option is if you have an avela, you should give it away for free to the ger. Don't make money on it. If you don't have that option, then you go to option number 2 and you sell. That's what he means. But you could do whatever you want. But first you should go in this order. So Taisus says it's not so fair. Well, I got it. This thing is worth money. How much a cow costs today? $2,000. So says Taisus, it's dafki by an avela because for you it's worthless, basically. What are you going to do with it? You can't eat it. So you could sell to the guy. Only in something like an avela, he says.
What does he say about challah?
What?
What is he going to do with it then? He's going to
because he's a ger, he's only chayiv Shabbos v'zinayach. That maybe he's telling you they could eat it, halachically could eat it. It's not also for him. I don't know.
No kedima to sell to ger? Give to the ger, the next option we sell to the ger. Why are we jumping sell to the nachri?
Why? Sell, finished. I don't think there's any option to sell. Why? It's not, you're not mekayim a mitzvah if you sell. Zog the Gemara. Rabbi Yehuda, giving the ger out to mitzvah l'achyoisoi, v'nochri yet to mitzvah l'achyoisoi. Ger, you have a mitzvah to provide for him, and a guy not. I don't need this oy to tell me that. I use the oy to tell you that you split the pasuk in half, and it's 2 different parts. You give to the ger, you sell to the guy. Next sugya. Here we go. I got it. You're not allowed to give a compliment to a guy. Misayel Rav. So this is a raya to Rav. Doma Rav. Also la'adam sheyomer kama na goyazu. You're not allowed to say how beautiful is this goya. Meisvei moedike kasha. What do we do with this kasha? Atana leika. Ma'aser Reb Shimon ben Gamliel. Shohoya gabi malu b'Har Beis. He's in mamish the holiest of the holy in the Har Beis. V'ra goya achas na b'yoser. He saw a beautiful goy. Omar morabu masecha Hashem. This is what he said. He said a pasuk. Unbelievable. There was a person who asked the Rav. He says, "Is it true? I once learned that if there's you get mixed up, you don't know what bracha to make on the food, whatever. You don't know exactly. You can make a shahako." So the Rav said, "Yeah, it's true." He says, "Oh, Baruch Hashem, because I was outside and I saw lightning and I forgot what bracha to make, so I made a shahako." Now I changed the joke around a little bit because we have Hasidim in the room, but that Chakim v'Ramiza. V'avre v'kiva ro eishes to nesrupus harosha. Rebbe Akiva saw, there's a famous ma'aseh of the Rebbe Akiva. What happened? This is one of the famous ma'ases in Shas. Tunis Rupas Harasha was the governor of Yerushalayim brought from the Romans. The Romans said, Roshiva, you can still put the, I won't make these jokes anymore. I'm telling you, just put the...
I have a special Hasidic edited edition.
Yeah, exactly. Bekitzer, Tunis Rupas Harasha, I couldn't control myself. Tunis Rupas Harasha, he was in control of Yerushalayim. And he used to debate Rebbe Akiva. And of course, Rebbe Akiva used to shmetter him in the debates. And one day he comes back home and he's very depressed. And his wife asks him, "Why are you so depressed, Tunis Rupas?" And he says, "Rebbe Akiva beat me again in the debate." So she says, "Oy I have a eitzah. I know that Klal Yisrael, they have to be very nizar in arayis. I'm going to be machshalim." And that she went out to be machshalim. And the Gemara says she picked up her dress a little bit, she revealed her leg. The Kitzer, Rebbe Akiva says like this: Ra, Rebbe Akiva saw Eishes Tunis Rupas Harasha. So what did he do? Rock, he spit, Sochak, he laughed, Ubochan, he cried. Rock, why did he spit? Shoisabam Atipas Rucha. All human beings come from Atipas Rucha. He said there's nothing to have a taiva for. Sochak, Da Hasida de Megaira v'Nosavla. He saw Baruch HaKodesh that she's going to become a Giyaris and he's going to marry her. Bacha, Da Yishufra Bali Afra. This beauty is going to be in the ground soon, like everybody else, and going to decay in the ground. Gemara says over there that she asked him, "Why are you laughing? Why are you crying? Why are you spitting?" He said, "I could tell you 2 out of the 3. Obviously, he couldn't tell her that they're going to get married, so he told her the 2 out of the 3. And she asked him, "If so, could I be misgayer?" He said, "Yeah." And she was misgayer. So the problem is, we said, hold on, he's going to turn it on from up there. I've always said that's Dave up there. Maybe we'll give a tour. There's a lot of people there, but maybe, I don't know if Dave has the koyach at 11:30, but it's kedai to go up there. Maybe we'll let a few guys, the yeshiva, we'll let the guys, real quickly, we'll let them up. Up and down real quick. Each guy go in for a second, 30 seconds, and down. It's very, very cool. Kedai to see it. So, the question is, Rebbe Gamliel gave a shvach here. He said, "Morabu masecha Hashem." Isn't that also? We said the loisechonem. You're not allowed to say chen. You're not allowed to give a compliment to a goy. Says the Gemara, "V'rav oiduye Yehuda kamoide." He was moide to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When it depends. If you say your words to the guy, towards the guy, you're talking to your friends and it's about the guy, that's awesome. But to say a shvach to the Rebbeinu Shalom, that he made a bria yafa, that you're allowed to. And check out this Tosfos. Tosfos says, unbelievable. Shamshi, this mamish hurt me when I saw this Tosfos. Haraya toivois oimer bishami oimer afilu gamel na oy vei. We could have said a bracha, Baruch Atah Hashem, excuse me, Shekacha loy bar lamai. That's the bracha. Shekacha loy bar lamai on the leopard. Shamsi, the good news is we have to go back now. We have to go back. We have to make the bracha. Even on a gomel na, sus na, chamor na, oimer, Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam, shekacha lo ba'olamai. I hope to remember this bracha. It's very hard for me to remember something like that. But the Mishnah Berurah passes that bismanenu we don't make a bracha, especially not b'shem malchus. But you could say the bracha without shem malchus. V'nishmarta mikol dover. Sorry. Oh, no, incredible taisus. I wish I knew this before the safari.
At least we knew about Lahavdil.
We knew about Lahavdil, that we did know, the mitzvah, and we knew about the bracha we make on an elephant and a monkey. But this, no, but it's important because when you see this, now going back to the Shaila, Shekach Eloi Ba'olamai. There's a bracha you make, if it's unbelievable beauty, it doesn't matter, human beings, animals, a beautiful tree, that's what they say the pshat in that Gemara over there, where they were in the middle of a learning, and said, "Ma yofa yeilon zeh." It says, you're not allowed to do that. What does it mean, Ma yofa yeilon? You want to make a bracha. Baruch atah Hashem, shekach lo ba'olamai. Also, you're in the middle of learning. So, what's going on here with this whole sugya? How did Reb Shimon Gamliel see a woman? Ulsakuli misharei meisvei. How's he allowed to look? V'nishmarta mikol davar ra. You got to be careful from every bad thing. Shlo yistakol adam b'yishana afilu b'pnuya. Now look at an unmarried woman. And if she's married, it's even worse. Even if she's ugly, you're not allowed to look at. So how's it possible? A Tana who Mechayim Beisim like nothing, looked at a woman. Daf Yomi Beis. Now I'll even look at colored clothing of a woman again, because if you look at that, it'll bring you to Hirurim. Turning to the Daf, Adar Global Experts in International Financial Services. So you're right over here. Anonymous says chutz v'atzlach and ruchnis and gashmius, and for smooth, healthy labor and birth. Givat Shalva, a Torah true community in Givat Ze'ev. Oh, Yossi Dahari's uncle was just granted immediate release. Rabbi Yamin Kubani, the BMG Avrech, that everybody's talking about. Okay.
One of the sponsors.
Yeah, one of the sponsors. I don't know where. Okay. Huh?
Says on mountains you say
on mountains, he's right, you're saying? He's right. Psh, I'm wrong, he's right. But what does the Mishnah Berurah say? The other Mishnah Berurah there? So what, they pass him Bizman Hazeh? Because he says, Bizman Hazeh, loy na'agu loy makala brachas ha'elu, something like that.
Grand, you don't say that?
I don't know. Grand Canyon, so I say, Oisam Ma'aseh Bereishis. Okay, Givaldi. Be'ez Hashem. Yossi! Good news. How many people are in Zoom? Shvach HaMais is probably. No, nobody knows we're on. Are you the only guy in Zoom?
Yes.
All right. I heard once a pshat. The Gemara says that why do you wear tchelos, yeah? The blue in the tchelos. The blue reminds you of the ocean, and the ocean reminds you of the Rikiah, and the Rikiah reminds you of no, for real. I'm going to look over here at the blue. He says, yeah. I forgot who says it. He says, yeah. That's how the brain works. It's funny how the brain works, but it's association. You see this, you remember that. That's what's going on over here also. You see the big day tzeva shalisha, also you remember the woman that was in that clothing before. And the Gemara is going to explain what kind of clothing we're talking about here.
Mark Ashkenazi says he's on Zoom also.
We have two. By the way, so I don't forget, we worked on it for, we have 7 Shalom Aleichem guys on Zoom, Givaldik. We have the token chassid on the right, we have the litvak on the left, Givaldik. So,
BNB Weiss from Detroit.
and we have a Yossi Dahari who's a shtickle, I don't know, Sephardi Timani, I don't know what he is exactly. Huh? Beitar. Okay. So, we worked for literally two years. Thank you, Yosef Biliak's son, because we made. I had this brilliant idea that we should make. Get over here, Zalman Tzvi, second. I have good news for you. Zalman Tzvi's in the house. It's mamash working out for the Hasidim in one night. Everybody's here. Zalman Tzvi Shalom Aleichem. So I had this idea. I said, listen, how hard is it to take a little tablet, put all the shiurim in it, have it download the shiurim on a daily basis, but you can't go to anything on the internet, zero. So it's not a big deal. Kitzer, a year into it, we developed it, and then we said, let's give it to Zalman Tzvi. We gave it to a few companies. They couldn't break into it, so we gave it to Zalman Tzvi. Broke into it in 2 hours. You ruined it for us. How long?
A few times.
A few times he broke into it. He ruined it. Every time it was ready to go to market, we just gave it to Zalman Tzvi and he ruined it. Kids are finally, it took 2 years. We got a device that even he couldn't break in. Then we figured, listen, if a guy is meshug enough that he can break into this thing, he can get any device, he can get anything. He doesn't need our device. And for that, we don't have to be so makbid. But the device is amazing. It goes, mamish, it's sold hundreds of these things. It's perfect for yeshiva balchim and camps and things. Guys that want to do the daf and have a kosher device. Nothing on, you can't get ways, you can't go WhatsApp, nothing. Just the shear. So the good news is that it just came here to Israel today. First time ever, in Hebrew. It's here available in Israel. We have 15 pieces. I don't know how long they'll last, but that's what we have right now.
My son used it tonight. I got it already. My son used it tonight.
No way. You got here, so we only have 14 pieces left?
No, we bought one also.
What?
We bought one also.
And you also bought. I'm not serious. It's going to go like this. The first week, like 100 went in. Like it was crazy. But anyways, you guys out on speed. Please don't break into it anymore. And if you do, don't tell anybody. Anyway, weiter. You're not allowed to watch two animals mate, because this also brings hirurim. It doesn't matter what kind of animal, how large, how small. Even if a person has many eyes, like the Malach HaMaves, something like this might look like. It's that basically he can't control his eyes. You know, he's too curious. Not allowed to look. He's full of eyes. So he stands above the bed, and his sword is out there. And he has a little bit of poison on the end of the sword. The chayla opens up his eyes. I'm thinking about the cartoon I'm about to show you. Here, check this out. It's gewaldic. I don't know. The only kasha I have is why did he come out of the MDY thing? That I don't know exactly. Yoshi and his humor. Here it goes. Oops. I think he pulled a fast one on him. He pretended that he died, but he didn't. Okay, anyways, he's the MDY guy. Because, okay, the MDY might have saved him. I don't know exactly. I have to ask Yoshi what the chachma behind it is.
MDY merch.
No MDY pajamas?
Doesn't have, I don't know. What is this, Taka? No, I thought it's just where's the socks? Yeah, mamish, not
Feet.
6 toes.
But
show the 6 toes.
AI toes.
MDY. Okay. Tzanachamal. His sword is out there, and when the guy opens up his eyes, he gets a tremendous fear, so pops his mouth open. Once his mouth is open, the poison goes in. The poison kills him. Says the Gemara, from this poison he dies. That causes a dead person to smell. That's why his color changes. So the Gemara asks, Tachlis, how could Rav Shimon Gamliel see this woman? Says the Gemara, Keren Zavas have it. It was something like this. Let's say they came at a corner. He had no idea. Like he just basically bumped into her. It wasn't like he was looking. He was, whatever it
Wasn't he
is.
the one who had long eyelashes that he couldn't see?
That was Rabbi Yochanan.
Was it Rabbi Yochanan?
Rabbi Yochanan had long eyelashes, I think. What's these colored clothing of a woman? Even if they're hanging. In other words, even if a woman is not wearing it, you're not allowed to look at the clothing. It's only if he recognizes the woman that it's going to bring him back to the Hirurim. Why does it say Isha? If it's any woman's clothing, they're called Bigdei Tzavayim, means women's clothing. It means only if you know the woman. Shema Mino. Only if you saw her wearing it once. So that will remind you of her, which will bring you to Yerurim. If it's brand new, less lamba. There's no issue. Because if you don't say so. Mona means clothing. How do you give clothing to the guy here? Something like this. I'm not exactly sure, but in those days, they had to do a final. It's not like today. You pull it out, made in China, it comes perfect. You had to give to the guy to like do the final, hem or whatever. How do you give him brand new clothing? According to you, it's also to look at new clothing. No, so what's the answer to that? Rabbi said, what's the answer? Stop if I ask you a question. How could this guy, the hemmer, do a hem on the clothing?
Woman.
What?
A woman.
No, that's not the question. He knows. Let's say he knows. She comes in. What? Oh. So let's see if somebody else is mechamed to your answer. What's the real answer? You guys knew? Who?
It's his parnassa. He's used to it.
He's used to it. Oh. Like a doctor. So says the Gemara. He's looking, he's not allowed to look at the clothing. Wait a minute. Rav Yehuda says, we're talking about a person who's mating, let's say he has 2 cows, he wants to mate them. So he physically could put them together. But he's looking, and it's also to look. We said the top line over here, you're not allowed to look. Elamai, he's a farmer, this is what he does for a living, and it's mutter. He's busy with his work. This is what he does for Parnasa. This is what he does every day. So Mela, that's why this guy, this hammer, whatever, he's allowed even. That's not a raya, says the Gemara. The fact that a guy is bringing, that he's allowed to work on clothing, a woman's clothing, is not a raya. Omar. We said from this poison, memeno mace, a person dies from it. Name a pligi de avodah Shmuel. L'chayr, this comes to contradict Shmuel's father. The Omar avodah Shmuel, Shmuel's father says, if not for the fact that I'm concerned about the honor, the kavod of Hakadosh Baruch Hu's bria, have a piranha base hashchita kebeim, I'll cut open, slash everybody's throat open. That's how I would kill them. We run around to people's homes and slash people's throats. But I have rachmanas on Hakadosh Baruch Hu's brias. It's not nice to do it. You see that he shechs, he's malchamav, he does shchita. He doesn't use poison. That's not his method of killing. It says Gemara, he does shecht with this ral, with this poison stuff. That's how he cuts the simanim. It also causes the odor, bad odor in the mace. So the Gemara, this is a right. If you want the dead person to smell less, should flip him over. Less poison in the body. You gotta be careful, protect yourself from every bad thing. Don't have bad thoughts during the day. The cause you to have tumah at night. So this is the famous Pinchas Biyar that the Mesilas Yesharim is based on. The 23. I looked up, I found 23 different girsayis in what comes in what order. 23 different girsayis. One or two things from the Mesilas Yesharim about these 23 things is that up until Prishus, you're a tzaddik. From Prishus on is already Chasidus, it's already different madrego. That's number one. Number two, he says that not everybody could be zoicha to all these madrigas. Yeah, not everybody is going to get to Ruach HaKodesh, Tchisameis, and these things. But there are people in the generation that could achieve that. And through the Achdus, then we could all benefit and have ashpa from the tzaddikim's high madrigas. What are the different things? Torah mevil dezirus. When you learn Torah, so you learn here, we learn now. Learning, Mishmatim called Avodah. Different things, you learn different halachas in Torah. It brings you to Zehiros, to be careful. Zehiros, Mevil de Zrizos. So that's Be'etzim our sugya now, and that's why the Gemara brings it, is the being careful brings you to Zrizos. What does Zrizos mean? It's not staying away from an Aver, but not to think about something during the day, because that thought will bring you to Tumah at night. That's already a different madrega. That's Zrizos. Zrizos, Mevil de Nikios. Nikios means, if you have Zrizos, so you'll be clean from Averos. Nikios is clean from Averos. Nikios, Mevil de Prishos. And if you're clean from Averos, then that will bring you to staying away from things that you're allowed to. Let's say less food, no meat during the week, whatever it is, different things, Prishos. Nothing came out of this one. He was working on this, but I guess there's nothing. Okay? Rishus, Mevilade Tahara. What's Tahara? Tahara is similar to Nikius. Nikius is that you're knocking from a chet. Over here, you're knocking from a chet in your mind. Your mind is clean, pure. Tahara, Mevilade Chasidus. Chasidus, the simple thing of Chasidus is Lifnim Shur Sadin. Chasidus, Mevilade Anava. Chasidus brings yourself to Anava. Oh, Rabbi, who knows here what Anava means? What does Gaiva mean? Rabbi, what does Gaiva mean? Anybody know what Gaiva is?
Egotistical.
Who said egotistical? You?
Yeshus.
Huh?
Yeshus.
Yeshus?
Yeah, it's all about me. It's Godless.
I'm looking for a better definition.
Haughty.
Haughty. No, what do you guys say? Anybody from Yeshiva want to say what's Gaiva? Huh? Don't be embarrassed. Don't be shy. No.
Haughtiness.
That's what they're saying. Haughtiness. No. Oh. Ramosh, I didn't even see you here. You're hiding. Ramosh, I know. Shkoyach. After even big shkoyach, there's going to be breakfast every day that I'm gone. I'm going to be away for a week now, and then the whole Benizman and kids are taking care of the food. Shkoyach. Looking down on others. Okay, we're getting there. We're starting to get there. You're masking with him a little bit. What else? Anybody?
Person thinks that he doesn't need God. It's all in his ability to do it himself.
What is it? I see you guys don't know. That's why you guys accuse other people from being Balagayim.
Narcissist.
Thinking level above.
Huh?
Thinking level above.
Level above.
Thinking that the guy's level above.
Oh. So here, yeah, a little bit like what you're saying. I think this comes out from Gaiva means that everybody has a certain mila. Yeah, let's say you're super strong, or let's say you're super wealthy. By you being super wealthy, you think that you're better than somebody else. You think that you're level up, like he said. That's what you're saying? Because you have a certain mila, you say, I'm better than you. You don't have this. I'm wealthy. I'm stronger than you. I'm taller than you. I'm this than you. So you think that you're better. That's Gaiva. Gaiva doesn't mean some of these things that other people are saying over here. If you're haughty, meaning that you think that you're better than somebody else, that's the problem. You have to understand that everybody's equal. You're not better than anybody. You were born with certain koiches, certain things. Let's say you have an unbelievable memory. Let's say you're a tremendous bal kishrin. It doesn't mean you're better than somebody. Maybe he has bigger malice than you don't know. And it's not even about that. Rebbeinu Shalom loves everybody the same. So, but if you think that you're better than somebody, so you have better yichus. You know who I am? You know my grandfather is? Rebbe Shainikal. That could be a problem. Dr. Gemara. But Chasidus mevil de Anova brings to Anova. Anova mevil de Yescheit. And when you have Anova, you have fear of the Chet, not fear of the Oynish, of the Gehenim, fear of the Chet, fear of the fact that HaKadosh Baruch Hu said there's the Chet here. Yescheit mevil de Kedusha. Kedusha mevil de Ruach HaKodesh. What's Ruach HaKodesh? There's an argument between a Chassid and the Litvak, right? They say the story about the Briskerov's son. It doesn't make a difference, but so the Chassid said, you know, my Rebbe has such Ruach HaKodesh, much bigger than your Rosh Hashiva. He said, no, my Rosh Hashiva has more. He says, no, I'll tell you. The Litvak tells the Chassid, your Rebbe, what's his Ruach HaKodesh? He knows what you did yesterday. He knows what's going to happen tomorrow. That's very good. You know what my Rosh Hashiva's Ruach HaKodesh is? He knows Pshat and Taisvus. That's Ruach HaKodesh. If you're Litvish, you love it. Wow, it's Moirdik. If you're Chassidish, from Tarda. What are you comparing? He knows what's going to happen tomorrow. You're telling me a Taisvus, what are you crazy? Ruach HaKodesh. Ruach HaKodesh reveals the Tchis HaMeisim. You know, Ruach HaKodesh brings the Tchis HaMeisim. Wow, we're having a lot of fun here. And you want to go home? I thought we started at 10:30. Zog the Gemara. The Chasidus Gdolim Kulam Yishano Chasidus is greater than all of them. Shenemar Oz Dibat B'Chazon Chasidecha. That HaKadosh Baruch Hu speaks to the Chasidim. Obligatory Rabbi Shimon Levi, and this argues on Rabbi Shimon Levi. Rabbi Shimon Levi. Anova Gdolim Kulam. Anova is the great. Shenemar Ruach Hashem Elokim Olai. Ya Moshe Hashem Oisi Levaser Anovim. To how do you say levaser in English? To tell, to
proclaim.
No, to inform. Thank you. To inform the Anovim, those who are humble. So Hashem talks to the Anovim, not to the Chasidim. Chasidim lo ne'emar, el Anovim. Holamat she'Anovim g'dolim mekulan. And that's why you have all the shilas, what comes first and what comes second. Fine. Next sugya. Easy sugya. You're not allowed to sell something that's attached to the ground to the guy, like a tree. The review though. We're going to have three things, mamish word for word, but it's three different things. Trees, wheat, and animal food. The same thing, 3 times in a row. So what's the Gemara going to ask when you say three things? Why do you need 3 things? Then what's the Gemara going to answer? Tzricha. You need it. Okay, fine. So each one has a chiddush. Here goes. We're talking about a tree first. You can't sell a tree on condition, on condition that you're going to chop it down. You cannot sell. Review says you could, Reb says you can't. It has to be chopped down first. Shachas, here, same exact thing all over. This is animal food. It's like wheat, but like the green stuff, fodder. Shachas, I'm selling you this, but you have to chop it down tomorrow. V'goizes, I'm not concerned until chop it. V'dir Reb Yehuda, you're allowed to. It has to be cut down already before. Now a third thing, kama, wheat, amanas liktzar. On condition that you're going to cut it down. It has to be cut down first. I need all three. If I only say the tree, Remeir said it is osir. Why? If he leaves it another month, 2 months, 6 years, nothing's going to happen. Trees are just going to get better and bigger. So maybe he won't chop it down. But this wheat, there's no reason to believe that the guy is not going to cut it down, because if he doesn't cut it down, what's going to happen? It's going to spoil. Maybe he'll say in that case it's mutter. And if it says just a tree and wheat, you don't know how much it got better. Even a tree, you left it a month. A tree that gets bigger in a month? Not really. It takes time to see it grow. It's better for the guy to leave it another month. It gets bigger and bigger. Shachas, we learned that every 30 days you chop it down. You let it grow more, it's going to get bigger. So maybe he'll say that it's also like Remeir says. Only this Remeir says it's also because it's so obvious that he's going to leave it. Let's stop over here. Rabbi, have a wonderful day. Yishkoyach for coming, or a wonderful night to all you guys. I'll see you Be'ez Hashem on Wednesday, I think it is.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDaf.com.